I'm Bill Wetzel, host of the SurfRatsBall.com, and this is the first tip of the week for the 2013/2014 season. I'll be doing these tips from mid-December till probably the end of March or when I start fishing, which is, because I don't have time to do tips of the week, and that's balls to the walls fishing. So today's tip of the week is using darters during the daytime. We discussed this many times on the site, about using darters in the daytime, and obviously I use darters in the daytime quite often, especially when there's bigger baits around like mullet, juvie weakfish, which usually I see at night, not in the daytime, snappers, great imitation of all those baits. My primary darter I use 99% of the time is the Super Strike darter. Super Strike is 2 3/8 ounce, I believe, off the top of my head. And it's just a very consistent plug. You can beat the hell out of this on the rocks, I can't tell you how many times I brought it back on a back cast, hits a rock, and you hear crack, and there's hardly even a scratch on it, You can catch many bass on this plug, and it just keeps on ticking. It dives about 2 to 3 feet underwater. And the beauty of this plug, it has a zigzag motion. It goes like this, For those of you that have an aquarium, go take a look in the aquarium and notice how the fish swim. I mean, do they swim like this, kind of like most of the metal lips, or even a bottle plug, or do they swim like, God forbid, a pencil popper, bam, 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 slashing across the surface of the water? Never really seen too many fish do that in my life, bait fish, unless they're being chased. But it's an effective plug nonetheless, the old pencil popper, the New Jersey Death Machine. But how do they swim? What do? Ironically, they zig and zag like a zigzag darter. Now, how do I fish them night versus day? At night, I generally do a slow roll, nice and slow. That's actually fast what I'm doing. I mean like this, and I'll give it small taps, sometimes no taps. A lot of guys don't do any taps; they'll just do a slow roll. And when you do that, what it does, it's designed to, is just kind of zig and zag, just like that. Give it a little tap. They go like this. So in the daytime, usually I'll continue to slow, maybe a tiny bit faster, but continue to slow, but hard taps, boom, boom. You'll see it in the video what those taps do. The plug go, By going slow, I can keep it in the area that I want to keep it in as long as possible. So if I'm fishing a rock pile that's maybe 15 feet long, I'll use the slow roll so to stay in that area, but it is dart, just by boom, boom. The key is to play with it. Do a faster retrieve with a lot of taps, or a slower retrieve with fewer taps. But I think the key is, for me, in the daytime, you need to tap that thing pretty hard. That is what's going to induce most of the strikes in the daytime. Not so much at night. It's a different story at night. And I think that has a lot to do with the eyesight, the stripers, and all that, but I'm not even going to get into that right now. Another little tip is morning blue. In the fall, man, I love fishing I love fishing blue in the morning. I'm not much of a color guy, but there's a lot of mullet in the fall. If you get mullet, man, try the blue darter. It's just a kick-ass plug that will catch a lot of fish for you. What else did I want to say? Well, I'd really like to say fish the darters often, and fish them, for God's sakes, fish them in the daytime.